Good evening, everyone. Oi. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're going to be joining this live, whatever time this live is for you. We have some extreme weather conditions, but it's important to get fresh air no matter how cold it is. Yes, we're trying to be brave here. If my phone flies away, just know I tried. I tried. I hope you can hear me and see me. I couldn't help myself but watched a few things today, some updates about my native country and all that, all that thing, all that peace talk and everything. Um, I love talking about political things, but my channel isn't really. My channel isn't really about politics. Okay, I need to probably stand like this against the wind. Yes, but I want to say something before I say anything else. I think that uh, gay men are not a role model. Okay, this is men's gloves. I stole them. I'm kidding. Didn't steal them, but well, I'll keep it a secret. How that I have men gloves, but they do the job. Anyway, so one of the reasons that I think that gay men should stay away from power, should stay away from such important positions, because you first of all, your masculinity is compromised, your ability to lead is compromised, your ability to protect is compromised. So you want to do your thing, do it all day if you want, but you are not qualified to lead a country. You don't care for your men dying. You don't care about anybody. You care about showing off and proving your ego. I'm not saying that's an issue only with the gay men, but I think that people who do not have leadership abilities should not try to lead, and especially should not try to represent the country. My heart breaking in a million pieces because people in Ukraine are dying and are harmed in so many ways. I'm outside right now and it's extremely, it's cold, like very windy, but I was talking to my close friend today, and they didn't have electricity. They have days they don't have electricity for 5, 10, 12 hours. I'm sure some villages don't have it for days in these winter conditions. Not to mention the damage, not to mention the destruction, not to mention, poor young men dying, dying for nothing, absolutely nothing. And I just believe that in order to lead a country, you need to be equipped. You need to have not only ability to strategize, but you also need to have ability to empathize. When you have traditional values deeply inside of you, you don't want another person to lose their life. You don't need you just look at things. You look at he's what, 47, I think. You look at every young man and you think about your son or your younger brother or your nephew. There is a reason why you should have common sense. There is a reason why even in France, if Macron was publicly gay, they probably wouldn't choose him. They have to, I'm not gonna talk about his wife. I'm not trying to add to the drama, but he is obviously openly gay. You can see that. And again, I'm not telling that there is there should be any type of issues for people with this type of behavior or this type of preference. But sometimes you just don't qualify for the job. Sometimes you just don't qualify for the job, and I really don't enjoy talking about these things. It's not my favorite topic in the world, but I listened to a few things today, and I saw that again, everybody but the leader of Ukraine wants to have peace. Everyone. But conditions are always not good enough for him. Conditions are not good enough for him. It's like, imagine you are laying somewhere in the field, you're bleeding, you're losing your limbs, you're losing your life. There are children that will never see their fathers again. But, conditions are not quite good. So we need to lose more limbs, more lives, more buildings. There is major infrastructure losses. They're trying to damage infrastructure, as you know, so people cannot get warm, so people freeze to death. And so, yeah, I just think that there is certain mentality and morality that must be present. I'm not saying that people who are straight are not corrupt, but I think that people who are truly conservative and have particular types of beliefs, they are more suited for the job. I don't think that you can really. I'm gonna go in the store. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget the thumbs up. My fingers actually are frozen. So yes, Barnes and Nobles. Yes, my favorite shop. Yes, but there is a reason why a lot of leaders do not openly come out as gay, because people won't vote for them, because there is a major, you lose your man card, when you are not a straight man. I'm sorry, but you are no longer truly masculine. You lose your gay card. You're trying to be a woman, you're trying to be whatever, but you're not trying to be what you were supposed to be, which is, providing, protecting, and all of that. I'm just, my heart is breaking in a million pieces, because the precious time, look at glass, the precious time is getting lost. There is every day, there is more and more damage, there is more and more loss of infrastructure. It was built through so many generations, through so many years, and all of this is just getting destroyed, and it's just absolutely awful. I have friends who like one of my friends from childhood, she was in the midst of it. There was such a major attack just a couple days ago, last weekend. So devastating. And if you're truly, this goes beyond politics, this goes deep down to values. If you truly care about your country, if you truly care about your people, at some point, you had enough of millions, you have enough of billions, you realize, oh my gosh, what are you gonna do with all the money if no people left, if your nation getting they demolished everything you built, everything you were proud of. It's like somebody said that, Zelenskyy is a king, wants to be a king of rubble. And it's such a terrible thing, but it's true. And you have to understand, being from there, it's really very difficult to influence my opinion in any way, because I'm from there. I understand our, level of corruption. I think the corruption alone is what keeps Ukraine in a not very good position in the world. Also, Ukraine is full of very strong, very talented, and very powerful people. So I am just devastated by these events, and I'm just, I feel that another gay is trying to sabotage it, the main gay of France. He's really trying to do his best to sabotage it. You know, they just wanted to continue. I think your values should go way far ahead of your politics, because your views may change, this and that, the competition. I understand that there is not no such a clean thing as a clean slate in politics, but nobody's completely clean. I get it, but you're just not qualified for the job when you don't have family as a value. When you would rather have rubble and have everything destroyed, because you know, imagine, I'm gonna give you a simple example. If you imagine you have your home on fire and you have a choice, you can have the fire to be stopped now, and you can save a lot of things, a lot of belongings, a lot of things, but most importantly, you can save your kids and your pets. Would you be like negotiating with the fireman, like, you know what, like the wind, maybe we should wait till like the wind blows to another side, maybe we should, like, no, you would be trying, when you're really interested, when you want to preserve, when you want to protect, you are not going to be like, yeah, but I don't know. No, you're gonna be taking decisions, you're gonna be doing anything and everything to protect your country, your home, right? You're not gonna be talking, going back and forth. So welcome everybody. She loves the cold. Yes, you all stop. Yes, I'm actually gonna go inside of the bookstore, but you know, I want to take this part out of the way so I don't completely shock people with my conversation. But yes, I think I'm gonna actually, you know, to be honest, today the winds were so strong. We had extreme winds, so I wasn't really out. But I need to get fresh air. I don't sleep. I sleep much better when I get fresh air. So I'm going to read all your comments. Hey Will, welcome. Hey Johnny, welcome. My members in the house, CCGB, welcome. Yes, all right. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Okay, I guess we're gonna go. Are you going with me? Do you guys want to go with me to the bookstore? Wait, I don't even know. Ladies first. Wait.
No, over this way.
Oh. Anyway, I said it. I don't trust anybody who's not fit for the job. I think that I'm gonna say this last thing about this is that I think that you know, if you live an alternative lifestyle, you should keep alternative lifestyle and let people lead who can lead. That's all, that's it. Eastern time. Hey Will, hello. Yes guys, I'm not as cozy today. I actually have a couple more errands to do. I love the bookstore so much, my favorite place. Yes, I'm actually okay, this clown again here, but okay. All right, let me read some of your comments. Welcome everybody who is new and who is adequate. You are welcome on this channel. So thank you for joining the live. I really wish I could take a walk, but the winds are pretty strong. I actually love walking in the winter, but I don't. There is just a parking lot here. Hi, Elizabeth. By the way, Elizabeth, darling, thank you for the gift. I love the bookstore candle. Is phenomenal. Thank you. You're so sweet. One moment, guys. I'm sorry. I need to switch my camera. Oh, for just a moment. Okay. Hey, Extreme PC. Uh, Will says that's brutal. You talking about the weather or the circumstance? Welcome, Will. Good to see you. Yeah, we have today insane like weather conditions. But yesterday it was raining all day, so I take this over the rain in winter. Thank you, darling. I'm not a comrade, but I am warm. Okay. Okay, guys, let's see. I don't want to be too loud, but can come to Portugal maybe one day. Yes, I agree with you, Camo. Thank you guys for supporting this stream. I haven't read much since high school myself. James Patterson is probably whose books I read the most. Yeah, we should definitely read because it's most incredible thing that we can do to calm our minds and to learn things, to expand our minds. I love the bookstore. It reminds me of home, of like, I don't know, it's so peaceful. Um, hey Gregory, good to see you. I'm sorry guys, a lot of comments I missed. So welcome everybody. So comment again if I missed your comment. Somebody says that my accent is fake. Okay, if that makes you happy. What's my favorite section in the bookstore? I like classic novels. I love biographies. I love entrepreneurship. There are so many books. I like reading about different personalities, things like that. Yes. No, I don't want to take my head off, even though I'm inside. Oi! No, no, no. Important to expand our minds. Yes, I think it's just reading is such a pleasant and luxurious way to spend your time because you just focusing on one thing and you can relax your mind. You have no notifications. It really is. Okay, guys. Thank you for the compliments. Yes, if you want a forehead, let me know. Some of you may be new. This is part of my business. I sell furs for like quite some time because I think that real fur is the best. So if you want to have a forehead of your own, send me an email or DM me on Instagram. Yes. So anyway, man, I wish I would be streaming. I could talk more outside, but I can't talk more outside because it really is cold. Thank you. Thank you so much for the gift or yeah, I think it's a gift. Thank you so much. Let's see who that was. Dreezy. Thank you so much. Yes, I have a little bit of time after the stream. I'm going to sit down and hopefully do a little bit of my creative work. I literally have to force myself out today to continue with a plan, but it was insane today. Insane weather. Like it's minus 20 Celsius. I forgot what it is in Fahrenheit. And the winds, the speed of wind was just, I don't know, 60 miles, I think. Oh, 50 miles is something insane. It's like powder, you know, just like it looks very scary, but I love it. As long as the heat stays on, you know. And I was thinking about people in Ukraine, you know, people in that just the infrastructure being destroyed, and I'm like, this is really against the people. Yeah, Will, I'm just laughing, you know. What can I say? You know, what can I say? Uh, when they say in chat you have false accent, але ти се читаєш. Yes, you love it. Thank you, Will. I'm glad. I know you have great sense of humor. Yes, I think it's hilarious. I'm gonna sit down. I'm going to sit down for a moment. Okay, guys, 1 second. Oh, I'm so warm. I think I'm gonna take my fur off for a moment. Oh. 1 second, guys. I'm just adjusting the camera so I can see you. I don't want it to be obvious. Not too many people here actually today. Okay. I'm still gonna keep my head. So yes, guys, shameless plug. If you want to have some natural fur item, I have more for ladies, but I have some unisex. So let me know. Can you take your head off? No, I can't. I don't want to. I can, but I don't want to. I love your eyes and I love your accent. Thank you, Gabrielle. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah. Коли в чаті кажуть, що в тебе фальшивий акцент, але ти це читаєш. Yes. Yes, Will. Exactly. Exactly. So anyway, you know, we all have such hope for things to change, you know, for things to settle, you know, and I am so tired of seeing, you know, peace efforts being sabotaged every single time, and by those people that don't really have anything to offer to the world, you know. I just, it really is so painful to see that we are one step away, you know. We are so close, we could be so close to settle the war, you know, to stop this terrible time. And so many people in governments, not only I mean all around the world, they just, I've never knew that was a thing. They just don't want it to stop. They just want to keep it going for the, you know, power and money and everything. Like, this is one thing that I don't understand. I understand that everybody wants to have more power and more money, but if your home gets destroyed, like, would you want to lose your home and see it being destroyed with shambles, but somebody will give you $1 million or $2 million? Like, why would you want that? There is something so wrong about it. There is no amount of money, for example, like I have a home, right? There is no amount of money that I would like that to be demolished, because it's memories, it's everything in there. Thank you so much for the jewel, John Boy. I appreciate you. I have enough of jewels. I'm gonna get myself a cappuccino. I have a couple more things to do, but I think that the wind is slowing down a little bit. Thank you so much for the supporting the stream. Nobody doubts that Russia has to agree, but there is, everybody knows this. That goes without saying. That goes without saying. We know that better than you do, but you should be more interested to end the war when it comes on your territory and your people are suffering the most. You shouldn't be dodging, you shouldn't be asking for more time, you shouldn't be uh, trying to play cool. You shouldn't be doing all that, you know. I'm both, actually. I am both. But I'm originally from Ukraine. I grew up in Ukraine. Yeah, thank you. Wolf is saying you don't know Russia. He said to the pretty Russian girl. You know, this is funny because I really identify as Russia. Like part of me is Russian. My mom's family is from Russia, and I grew up in heavily Russian influenced culture, and I consider this is my culture too. You know, just because they are fighting right now and they wanna cut everyone's head off, you know, it doesn't mean, I mean, people in power, they don't care. For us, it's like, you know, when you grow up in a mixed ethnicity household, that's how it is. So I grew up, you know, Russian is actually my first language. Ukrainian is my second. I cannot speak Polish, but I can somewhat understand it because it's closer to Ukrainian. I can understand Czech. I studied Czech before, but I don't remember it so well, but I can understand it. So is all the other Slavic languages anyway. Thank you so much, CCGB. Yes, you can reach out to me. Will is saying Zelenskyy has enough money to abandon, which I believe will once he will once again. He can do it now. Everybody wants him to leave. He doesn't want to because once he does it, he will be a subject to be prosecuted for everything he had done. And yeah, he is afraid of it. He wants to be in power. That's the only reason why he hadn't stopped, because he had so many peace offers and he just wants to stay in power. He doesn't care who dies. He doesn't care if his nation get demolished. Oh my gosh, I'm talking to you and I'm looking at a book of the man who died for freedom. This is insane. I'm gonna show you guys. It's so sad. I cried when I saw what happened to him. Who knows who that is? Yeah. He paid the ultimate price for standing for his words. He's one of the most bravest men alive. By the way, he has an amazing channel. You know, you already know, if you can see, Alexei Navalny. He has an amazing channel on YouTube. Well, he's no longer with us. They captured him, and of course they put him to jail. I believe they poisoned him, but you know, they say he died. I did mourn him. I don't remember when, but it happened last year. I mourn him deeply because he was an extremely prominent figure in this fight, and I'm recommending you heavily to check his channel. I think it's called Alexei Navalny. He made a movie about Putin, which is quite phenomenal. So again, Alexei Navalny. I really wish he was alive. I wish he wouldn't take that trip. But Unfortunately, it's a, it's destiny for people like this. They put ideas higher than themselves. Yes, it's he made amazing documentaries, amazing. I believe they are all still there. I believe they're still there, and absolutely tremendous work. I watched, and it's in the, so I think it's in Russian, but it's translated. There are subtitles everywhere, so you can read in, whether you speak Russian or not, you can understand everything. Phenomenal work. It's like he produced like real movies about this all. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please double tap on the video. That will help me out a lot. Thank you. I appreciate the compliments. Yeah, this is actually a great book. I would like to get this book. Yeah, this man sacrificed, paid the ultimate sacrifice for the truth, for what he stood, rather than, selling his soul, selling his country. Like he's such a phenomenal. I don't even know how to call him. Let me read you something that it says on the back. It says, on my birthday, of course, I wish I didn't have to wake up in this hellhole. He was in prison, right? And could instead have breakfast with my family, receive kisses on the cheeks from my children, unwrap presents and say, wow, this is exactly what I dreamed of. But life works in such a way that social progress and a better future can only be achieved if a certain number of people are willing to pay the price for their right to have their own beliefs. The more of them there are, the less everyone else has to pay. And the day will come when speaking the truth and advocating for justice will be commonplace and not at all dangerous in Russia. Yeah, so he just said what I this is so amazing how this all works. Think about this. Yeah, he's a true hero, 100%. I was just, if you just joined the stream about 15 minutes ago, maybe 20 minutes ago, I was outside and I was telling how I despise any gay men in power, such as Macron, such as Zelenskyy. Not because I hate gay people, I don't. Because you lack certain foundation, you lack certain values, you lack certain understanding, you lack empathy, you lack protectiveness, you lack masculinity. You cannot lead because you're just not suited. You have alternative lifestyle, so you should stick with it rather than try to take over places. And this is exactly he's saying his in his he, if somebody could look it up, when did Navalny quote unquote passed away? I believe it was this year, I think early this year. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate you. Yeah, so, and here he says, I think he was writing this in prison. I believe he was writing this in prison. And so, what he says here, as a heterosexual man who is masculine, who believes that he wished he could be with his wife and his children, but he knew that he is the chosen one to suffer, sacrifice, and give his life for the idea. This is something, I'm sorry, a gay man can never do. Just because you don't have the type of masculinity, you don't have the bravery in you. You can be a great artist, you can be a wonderful person, but you cannot be a leader. You don't have what it takes because of the choices and your preferences, and that is fine, but don't try to get and try to lead the world when you, like Zelensky, embarrassed every Ukrainian with his videos when he, dances in the high heels and tights. We don't need that. We really don't need that. We need a man who wish he would have been with his wife and his children. Stuff like this makes me really, makes me very, very emotional. But he wish that he could be, like, I'm gonna read this again. On my birthday, of course, I wish I didn't have to wake up in this hellhole and could instead have breakfast with my family, receive kisses on the cheek from my children, unwrap presents and say, wow, this is exactly what I dreamed of. But life works in such a way that social progress and a better future can only be achieved if a certain number of people are willing to pay the price for their right to have their own beliefs. So he believed if he will pay the price, if he will sacrifice his life, his interests, his joy, his pleasure, everything. They tortured him there, obviously. But he believed he will contribute to the world by paying ultimate sacrifice himself. Gay man, hey witch master, do he? I know he or she. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I think you're she. I think you're a lady. Do gay men put women and children first or himself? What are his values exactly? Gay men put themselves first and their desires. It's not in their, generally not in their nature because of the compromised masculinity that they compromise this way or another. That's why we praise the masculine men, the strong men, who would sacrifice their life in a second for their wife or daughter or son or even another person's son or daughter. They would shield you from this because they are in a full connection with their nature. That is why the gay men don't have a capacity to do that. It's just the reality. Thank you, Adam. Exactly. If you don't believe, watch, open YouTube and say, open YouTube and look Zelensky music in his video clip, or Zelensky dancing, or Zelensky in high heels, or Zelensky. There is an official video clip. I didn't know. I honestly, guys, that I studied. With. So Zelensky is really not that much older than I am. So I used to go to his performances because my university was downtown and his performances were downtown. I didn't know at all that maybe he wasn't influenced back then because he was pretty normal. He was they had a comedy club and I've seen him in real life many times in my student years. And I didn't really know that about him because, I don't really watch the comedy club and especially once I moved here. And when I saw those videos, they are really wicked videos, very weird. A straight man would never dance like this. A straight man would never wear tights and heels. But even without seeing that video, I already knew that something either manifested or changed or whatever. Yeah, just search on YouTube. Those videos are available, and they are not AI. You can tell it's a professionally produced videos. Yes. Again, I don't wish harm on anybody in general, but I just think he's not suited for the job because he keeps sacrificing people. Like, I talked to my friend in Kiev. She lives downtown, and she said on Saturday, Friday to Saturday, it was a non-stop obliteration, just non-stop. You know, even in the daytime. It is usually at night, but she said in the daytime. So, you know, there are men. This is what is a difference we are seeing. You know, there are men like this that wish they could spend another day with their children, with their wife, with their family, but they want better for the world. They would literally sacrifice their own interest to be with to fight, stand for what's right. So yes, I very much recommend you to watch him. You will find his channel right away. His channel has millions upon millions of views, probably billions overall, because his team production is out of this world. I think his wife is managing the channel right now. So yes, check Alexei Navalny movies. I mean, he made a movie about Putin. I highly recommend you to watch it. It's brilliant, brilliant movie. I think it has I don't know how many millions. It has unbelievable amount of views, which is phenomenal because it gets all the views that it deserves. You know. So yes, it's on YouTube. Yes, Will, it's on YouTube. It's phenomenal production. I don't have my other phone with you. I would look it up, but I mean with me. But yes. Yes, okay, somebody's saying they getting invaded and bombed because Zelenskyy, a married man, is gay. That's logic. That's not what I was saying. They're not necessarily invaded because he's gay. They invaded because they knew that he's weak. And I'm sorry that he is, his wife is his beard. I'm sorry. You can look it up. If you know, you know. It's really weird. You know, each time I see a woman a man being a woman, I don't care what type of surgery you had. I don't care what you did, what hormones you take. I can always see a man trying to be a woman. Always. You know, people who are trans, for example, okay, that's fine. But I always can see that you're not a woman because I'm a woman. I know you are not. I'm sorry. I don't care your surgeries, your hormones. I know you're not a woman. So yes, in some ways, yes. When an attacker see a weak man, he will attack. And Biden in the office, yes, was extremely weak, the weakest president in U.S. history. So, of course, for Russia to attack, it was a perfect time. I'm not blaming Ukraine for Russia attack. I'm blaming the Ukrainian president for not having his priorities right, for taking time every single time there is a peace offer. He looks at the peace offer like, I don't know, I guess. You know, instead of being so eager, why is President Trump is more eager to seal the peace, to seal the deal, to work on the peace? Think about him, what he wants. He has passion for stopping the killing. Donald Trump is a producer. He is a builder. He is a creator. He created empires. He builds things. He doesn't like seeing them destroyed because he knows what it is to build something. And that is why there is a program there is a problem with being gay, because when you're gay, you don't have your main man instincts. I'm sorry, I don't want to be graphic, but you literally doing the things that you never in a million worlds was supposed to do. I don't want to be graphic, but if you are if you are a man and you're gay, you gave your man card away. I'm sorry. You are doing, I cannot even think about it. Okay, so you gave your power away. Your power is compromised. It's broken. So that is why I don't trust people like this, because you do not have the ability to lead. You sacrificed it. You don't have the values. I said about this in the beginning of the video. When you are a heterosexual man, you have your priorities in order, and your priority is provide, protect, even if it costs you life. Like this man right here. It cost him life, but he did what he was supposed to do. He would rather be with his children. He would rather be with his wife. But he had to suffer to let and hope that through his suffering other people will gain freedom and be able to be with their family. He said it here in the end that but life works in such a way that social progress and a better future can only be achieved if a certain number of people are willing to pay the price for their right to have their own beliefs. The more of them are, the less everyone else has to pay. And the day will come when speaking the truth and advocating for justice will be commonplace and not at all dangerous in Russia. Oh, so anyway, I just want to say that I don't care what anybody has to say. There is a natural consequences, natural things, and natural dynamics. That's why men in general, heterosexual men, are best leaders. Most women are not meant to be presidents, not because they're weak, but because we have our priorities. We live in the true life when we prioritize ourselves and our families, and we are less resilient to the stress. Not to say that there are not great women leaders, but that's somewhat goes against our nature, because we have to prioritize work or career over family. Each time it happens, society suffers. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody who's contributing. Thank you so much for contributing to the conversation. I appreciate you. My channel it's really weird. People are obsessed about politics. I don't really want to talk about politics. I'm talking about the values. I don't think that men who don't care about their own wives and children, and don't care especially about their people. There is actually a tape somewhere in Ukrainian. I was listening to a court recording with Kolomoisky. It's a very important person in Ukraine. He said on a court session that he has a tape when Zelenskyy literally talks about that he doesn't give a damn about no soldier, he doesn't give a damn about none of these people. And I haven't heard it myself, but I've heard another tape where some of the government officials they received money to feed the soldiers who are dying in the field. And I've heard that tape. It's an audio recording, and they are talking about basically stealing the money and giving them the worst of the worst food. Sometimes they deprive them of water. In that video, I think I sent it to, it's an audio actually, it's an audio record. I sent it to my friend in Ukraine. In that audio, They're just casually talking about taking advantage of the funds and depriving men from the food while they're out there in the field fighting, giving ultimate sacrifice. Yeah, they're just talking about that they want to dilute the food, put more water in meat, put more water in something else so it weighs more so they can steal the money. We are not talking about who started what. We are talking about that gay people are incapable to lead. That's all. Anyway, thank you everybody who joined. I have to go. You know, I got carried away a little bit. I have to go. If you just joined, you can watch the video from the beginning. And thank you so much, John Boy. Thank you so much for the how you call it. Thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate it. Man, this is an amazing book. I need it. Sorry. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna see if I can come out tonight later. We'll see. I don't know for sure. But I want to wish you a beautiful day, rest of your day or evening, wherever you are in the world. If you want to join another conversation, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to double tap if you enjoy the talk. And yeah, maybe I'll take you for a snow walk tomorrow, or maybe I'll go live later. We'll talk about something more pleasant. But I'm just unfortunately I caught some of the Mar-a-Lago meeting, and I was like, Donald Trump is climbing out of his skin to try to negotiate this deal, and Zelenskyy, just being gay in the worst meaning of that word, just does not want to listen, just want to find reasons to continue. That's the main baseline of this video. It's just men who give up their man card cannot lead because your priorities and values messed up. Family doesn't mean anything to you when you that doesn't mean that much. You just, when you're using all these drugs and all this stuff, you are your priority, not your nation, not your children, not anybody. Because again, imagine that your child is getting hurt right now. Imagine somebody is attacking, a monster is attacking your child, and somebody came to help and offer you a conditions when your child won't be attacked. Would you be like, I don't know, well, let's wait till tomorrow. Let's, you know what, I'm not quite ready to talk about this. Let's find better condition. No, you would be, yes, you would be eager. You would be climbing over your skin to stop it. You would be crawling out of your skin to save your child. You would not be you know that you're not in a position, you don't have the cards. This is what happens. In 1994, Ukraine gave up their nuclear power, which was a major mistake, and I think it was planned back then to attack Ukraine back in 1994, because Ukraine had a very serious nuclear power left from Soviet Union, but under influence, Ukraine gave it away for the promise of security and by US, and promise of respect the territories by Russia. And that is another thing to learn, to never give your freedom for a promise rather than have leverage and have some power in your hands. So Ukraine, the main mistake Ukraine made is giving away their nuclear. And so it's just Ukraine, I would say, was manipulated out of its nuclear that was inherited from Soviet Union. So yeah, it's just so devastated that seed for all of this that we see now was put in the ground in 1994. Thank you so much for the compliments. I will see what I can do. Thank you for the kind words, everybody. I will see what I can do. All right, anybody who tells me what I need to do, I'm not gonna say anything now, but I see you again saying anything what I need to do, you're going to be uh doing something else but be in my live stream. Anyway, so yes, if you believe that if you believe that gay people are capable of leading, I feel sorry for you. It means that, you know, maybe you have some of those qualities yourself, because there are certain things that just don't go together. Okay, sadly. And people who do not have family, peace as their main value, are not capable to lead the country. They're just not. Not saying they are the worst people on the planet, but they're not capable. Period. I mean, they're not capable to sacrifice. They're not capable to suffer. They're not capable to have the courage to take decisions. Thank you, Will. I appreciate the flower. Thank you. Yes, they're absolutely confused. Exactly. Exactly. No, family means a lot, because when you take decisions to go somewhere with a war, or somebody's coming with war at you, you think about your family. You think about your wife. You think about your children. When somebody is about to obliterate your country, you think about it. Nobody's a perfect person, but one of the reasons I respect Donald Trump is that he is, first of all, is a builder. He creates, he doesn't destroy. These people, this dude, he doesn't care if he wants to be a king of rubble. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. And yeah, he doesn't care if all of it became just sand. He doesn't care. And when you have certain values and certain beliefs, you act accordingly. You want to create protection. Same with Macron. Like, look what a mess he created. And look how weak and pathetic he is. Thank you, Julian. Yeah, so, but I'm repeating myself. I already said these talking points. Um, hey, Adam, thank you. All right, guys, much love from me from the freezing Michigan. I will see you very soon. I hope you understand the main point. It's just using logic. I'm not saying that's the only issue. I'm not saying the only issue with him being gay, or, you know, Gavin Newsom being metrosexual and probably, you know, DL as well. But there is something wrong with this man. They're not fully man. That's all I'm talking about. Because when you're fully man, when you stand in your masculine, you protect over the power grid, you protect over your own interest, you protect over your life, you protect you are a protector. I have so many men here. You should know this better than I do. So with that being said, thank you so much, guys. I really gotta go now. All the best. Thank you for being with me when I was freezing outside. Yes, you can support the channel. You can subscribe. You know, subscriptions are free. If you enjoy, if you want to see me again. If you're not, thank you so much for coming. But if you do, consider subscribing and putting notification. Yes, Google does evil now. Yes, natural way of man. If for them to protect you, to risk is natural. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So anyway, hopefully we'll have some more soothing topics if I come later on. But thank you so much, and I will see you very soon. If I missed your comment, and you really want me to read it, just write it in the comments below. You can also become a member of the channel if you enjoy it. And hi, Mark, you can watch it in. I'm gonna leave it on. I'm gonna put it in members, but um, you can watch it. Thank you so much for coming, Mark. I know it's early. So anyway, see you soon, and thank you so much for being with me. I gotta go.